Yep, it's that time. It's time for another hog roast with our favorite sex pig, Jason Blaha. Woo! Let's do this. Okay, so the Jason Blaha sex pig height test. Right, so I want you to watch this. A little bit of magic, a little bit of smoke and mirrors, a little bit of deception, a little bit of angle. It's all there. Just as Jason Blaha's video shows all those things. You know, fisheye lens to warp things. All sorts of things. But we'll get into that in a minute. But this will just set the tone. Levitation. I'm not saying that Jason levitated, but there's a lot more going on in this area than meets the eye. Alright, and we'll talk about it in a minute. Some of you guys got some of it, but you didn't get all of it. And unfortunately, Natty Lifter, I think you've apologized a bit quickly, because this fake, this fraud, squeezed out around about an inch, I reckon. Easily squeezed out half an inch. And we know what 68 inches is. It's 5'6". So it's 5'6". So it's 5'6.5" inches. All right, but we're going to get into this in a minute as we watch his video.
Directly. So how does somebody with some credibility issues prove that he's a particular height on the internet?
Alright, so this is Mutt Fitness. It was his video showing you how easy it is to get a good sort of basic, honest measurement of yourself, by yourself, of your own height. Yeah, quite simple. You know, you sort of rough it out with a pen, try and keep the pencil level, and then measure it. Pretty easy, yeah. But what do we get from Blaha? we get so much, don't we? We'll see in a second.
I have a short video here showing how to do it. You walk up to a wall, measure your height on the wall with a pencil. Then it's still without any stops in the shot. You measure your height using a hard ruler that you can't fake the measurement with, and then show the camera what you've measured. It took me a few seconds to get the ruler so it wouldn't retract. And then I bring it over to the camera, and you can see I'm about 5'10", probably a little less since the pencil was slightly above my head. If you are going to measure your height online, make sure that you don't measure it here like Blaha does his bicep size. You can see that he leaves a lot of slack in the tape measure as he wraps it around his arm.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I decided...
Alright, so getting into his video here, we will go through this quite a bit. But what we're looking at here, what are we looking at? Right, the areas that caught my eye. Alright, forget about this mess up here. I don't know what all this is. Little plate on the end. Alright, we can see there's a tape measure here. Yep. And he fits snugly under here. Alright. And that is just 68. We can see it on the tape measure in a second. It's 68 inches. Yeah, snug under there. He fits snugly under there. So that makes you think, oh, he's 68 inches, which is 5'6". 5'6.5". No, he isn't. All right, even though he lifts this up because he raises his foot, and I'll show that in a second. What people missed is this area here. This is a pad. All of these are tiles. These are rubber tiles, each one of them. There's one here, there's one here. Yeah, they're rubber tiles. There's 1, 2, 3 in shot inside the frame. There's 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're rubber tiles, and they're like jigsaws. They slot together. Simple rubber tiles. What he's done, and you can see it, especially in a minute when he gets closer in, is he's put something under this inner tile here. He's put something, and you can see it here raising up. So you can see how much metal bar there is here, yeah, compared to here. Look here, how much metal bar there is here compared to here. It raises up here. There's less metal bar showing, which means the floor or the tile has been lifted. There's something extra under there, and I'm looking at about 1/2 inch of extra height. And then when you see him standing on this tile, and he's standing to one side, and we got the bend in here, look, that's proving that he's using a fisheye lens, which means the whole thing is warped. So he thinks he can get away with standing on his right side, yeah. Everything on his left side is withered and stroked and all that. It's like he has had a stroke. Your left arm, left side of your face drops, doesn't it? I think he may have had a mild stroke and he doesn't even realize it. But what he does is uses the fisheye lens rather than just a normal iPhone or something like that. He uses his fisheye lens, which warps him. And he probably did this a few times to get it right. But it warps him. So he can stand on this right leg on top of the pad that's got something under it, and he can easily squeeze out another 1/2 inch in there. And then when he sort of pushes this bar up, it's because he lifts his heel off the ground here. Yeah. So these are things to watch. He stands more on his right foot, which is on the higher side of the pad to give him extra height, and then he fits snugly under there. So I'm thinking he is 5, 6.5. Yeah. He pushes this up with his head when he raises his right foot that he's standing on. He's not really standing much on his left foot. There's not much weight. But we'll see this as it goes on. So just watch. I'm going to really go over this and show you. As soon as he lifts his heel up, this bar pops up. Yeah. So until then, he's snug under there at 5, 6.5. Bearing in mind, he's got an extra 1/2 inch down here as well. So he might be just under 5, 6.5. Let's watch.
Blaha here, and I decided to go ahead because people have been demanding I do this for a long time of actually.
Look at the way he's sort of getting his foot in the perfect position. Anyone normal, just go up to that and stand under it. He's putting his foot directly on that extra high pad. And you can see it lifting up in the corner there. You can see it. He thought the fisheye lens could distort it enough to throw you out. And I think it did for a lot of people. A lot of people missed that. A lot of people in the comments were talking about him raising his heel. So they studied it, but they didn't get this bit where this pad is raised up. This little tile here is raised up by about 1/2 inch. And that's why he's perfectly positioning his foot on there. He's even looking down at it to make sure he's in the right place to get that extra little bit of height. So I'll just rewind it a little bit. And you just watch him shuffle about to get the perfect foot position. No one would do that. Unless you're Blaha. Unless you're a liar. Unless you're a fake. Unless you're a deceiving little rat bag.
Decided to go ahead because people have been demanding I do this for a long time of actually measure my height on camera. And it's really funny because the most ridiculous...
Look, shuffling about, getting that foot directly where it is. Anyway, when he stands up and stands straight, I'm just going to continue playing it. He fits perfectly under here. And that is at 5 foot 6, 0.5, yeah, 0.6. So 5, 6.5. That is the perfect height, and that's where his head pops under perfectly. It only raises this when his heel goes up. Yeah. So he's got extra height here. He pushes up on his heel, and that's what makes this pop up. Watch.
The part is that people say things like,
see, he's perfect. See, now he's just pushed that up because his heel's off the ground. It doesn't go up until that heel comes off the ground. All right, I studied this because I know what a deceitful trickster he is. He cannot tell the truth. He's never told the truth. Lied about everything. 19-inch arms, everything. You name it, he's lied about it. Not bald. Anything petty, small, insignificant, Blaha will lie about it. But just watch. We'll watch it again. Positions himself. Watch this bar pop up when he raises his heel. So keep your eye on his heel. Try and look at both areas at the same time. So sort of stare at the screen. You'll see this pop up, the heel come up, and this bar move. Until then, he fits perfectly under this bar.
demanding I do this for a long time, of actually measure my height on camera. And it's really funny because the most ridiculous part is that people...
All right, get ready. He's ready now. He'll square his head up, fit perfectly under there, and then it will raise when he raises his foot, which he's standing more on his right foot. Watch.
People say things like,
now,
oh, the fact that you mention it means you're insecure about your height, right? But there are entire videos with tens of thousands of views that people had already made accusing me of lying about my height. So it's not even insecurity, it's the fact that it's actually become a big issue. And the fact that I don't measure it ever on camera.
So I don't know. I think he's just even fraud. He's a fraud still. This is fake. It's like a deception. It's like magic, making you look somewhere while he's doing something else with his other hand, you know. This is raised up. You can see it. He's even got a shadow over it. You know, but you can see it climbing up. If you follow the line, this bar here, the support bar, it gets thinner here. And it gets thicker, and then it gets thinner as it approaches this corner. He's got something under here, which gives him about half an inch. And then he pushes that up with his right foot. So 5, 6.5 max. That's what I'm saying. 5, 6.5 max. I know Alex Rosen contacted me. He said he is the height he says he is. I don't think he is. The only way to do it, to find out for sure, is to get a tape measure and measure him properly. I know it's ridiculous even making a video about how tall is Jason Blaha, but it's just good to out this fraud, you know? Just show the world that he is a liar and cannot be trusted on anything, even something as silly as this. You know? Don't forget when Alex Rosen met him, he was wearing those 2-inch boots, you know, so it gave him an extra couple of inches. So let's watch it, the whole thing through, because he does repeat it a few times in this video. This is NDA's video, by the way.
Yeah. In spite of all my medical records, in spite of my driver's license, everything else having my height on it, people actually say, oh, now you're hiding.
See, look, here, you can see, it's so blatant. Look how thick it is here at the end. And then it just, look, it climbs. It gets thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner. It's half the width. This is half the width of it down here. He's got something under this pad. And he thinks he's smart and he thinks he can get away with it. But look, it's rising up from here. That's the start of the pad. Look, it just goes up at an angle. Because he's put something, probably that red, scabby, smelly towel, he's put it under the pad. And that's the one thing that everyone missed. You can see it. look at that. It's half the width here than it is down here. He's a fraud. He's a complete fraud and cannot be trusted, even on something stupid like this.
Dang it. It would be so easy to measure.
That's what I think.
Realize,
That's what I think he's done. He's stuck something under there, and then he's got all this stupid shit with the camera and the fisheye lens and all this nonsense, to distract away from the fact that he stuffed the floor. He stuffed the pad.
It would be really easy to measure it. I have a power rack. I have tape measures, and I actually went through the trouble here, and I'll explain everything I did here in a minute, so you guys can see the step by step in a minute. I'm just gonna.
So he fits snugly under this bar, which is 5'8". Sorry, 5'8", 5'6", 5'6" and a half, 68. Yeah, 6'8". He's right snug under there until he raises his heel and he knocks it. But without the extra padding down below, he is 68. He's 5'6" and a half. And I think I busted him. I busted him again.
Flip this through. All right. As you guys see, the 69 inches.
See, he's trying to be all transparent and open and that. And we know that's not Blaha. We know it. He's never been transparent. He's never been open. Yeah, he's a liar and a fraud, and he has been for 2 decades on YouTube and other websites. Just lies, deceit, constant. So, why would he change on this one subject? He wouldn't, just like the fake weights. The fake weights as well. He's a deceiver, he's a Decepticon, he's just a liar.
Is just a hair above. It's a little bit above the bottom of that pin, right? And you guys notice I've got the tape pulled over the.
I mean, look at all this crap. What is all this stuff? It's just there to distract. It's there to distract from what's going on with that pad that he's put something under. It's all distraction. The same with the fisheye lens and all the rest of it. It's just to distract.
Top with the weight hanging down. Why? So it pulls the slack out of it. Pulls some of the slack out. And it's pretty much as close to the upright as I can get it. I put a strap up there at the top a little bit, and then I slung it over so that it could pull it tight, and I stuck the piece down here under the bottom.
Look at that. You can see how thin it is here, how high this pad is in there compared to down here. He stuffed it. He stuffed something under here. Without doubt, and it's giving him an extra half inch. Why? Why bother? Just be a man. Just be happy in your skin. Well, your loose skin, I wouldn't be happy in that, but, just be a man.
Now, what I have is an added perk there, and anyone can do the math themselves. People are like, why wouldn't you just measure it off of a different device? Well, by doing it on my power rack.
Look at this.
One of the benefits I have is that you guys can see the holes on there. And this is already kind of shows the dishonesty of people who want to discredit me and call me a liar. There's
watch that and watch his foot, his heel.
A video explaining the measurement of my rack, but they only use the upright. And compared how high I am with squatting or doing other stuff, right? They did that, but they didn't factor in that the upright is bolted to the top of another device on the floor. So if you see that whole black band down there, that has a thickness.
Anyway, I call bullshit. More Blaha bullshit. He stuffed that. He's lifted his heel to get a kick out of this. He is 68 inches tall. At most. Which is 5'6" and a half. Anyway, so while we're on the subject of nonsense coming out of Blaha's mouth, what the fuck was this about? This poem. I'm a poet, boys. Would you like me to write you a poem?
Do you even lift, bro? By Jason Blaha. Do you even lift, bro? A troll innocently asked. Of course I lift. I use calibrated plates.
See, I don't know what is he watching our videos about the fake plates? Straight away he starts reciting poetry and talking about fake plates, calibrated plates. I use calibrated rogue plates, don't you know?
Can't you see them? Can't you see them in my videos?
I can see the outside. Can't see the inside there. I can see them up here. Don't know what these yellow ones are there. Or these inner ones down here. So, yeah, I can see something. I can also see that scummy towel. Oh, can you imagine how bad that stinks?
They're made by Rogue. However, at that moment I realized Elon Musk said that we must accept the very real possibility that we are living in a virtual reality.
He's going back to his dark eternal days. I'm a fiction writer, don't you know? I'm a fiction conspiracy writer for multiple sources. Yeah. Just more lies, more bullshit. I mean, what the hell is this, huh?
Are the weights even real? Are they really made of steel?
No, they're rubber bumper plates. They're CrossFit plates. So, don't know what's in them, but they're rubber coated. So, might be steel, might be iron. Who knows?
Is that really ammonia salt I just sniffed? Is that even a D-ball I took before my training session? Am I even moving? I'm just a brain plugged into the machine. It powers an advanced society.
Just a delusional fool. Anyway, I don't want to get too much into this nonsense, pathetic, childlike poetry. I just really wanted to get into the height business and what he missed. What other people missed, and what he did to that mat. I mean, even here you can see how torn up all these mats are. But in that other one, this is an older video, in the other one you can see how perfectly aligned everything is. Because he fixed it, he fudged it, he fucked around with it to give him an extra ½ inch. It's the only reason he's measuring himself. But anyway, guys, tell me what you think in the comments below. It's late at night and I've just got in from work, so I'm rambling a bit. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share. Do share these videos because that's the only way we can grow this channel and really get the truth out there on this fake, on this fraud, on this stolen valor, fake mercenary, just trash bag. So we got to keep pushing. I think the cracks are showing. So comments below, tell me what you think. And tell a friend, tell a family. Click like, all that stuff. And I'll speak to you guys next time.